From there, rapidly strengthened before it makes landfall Wednesday morning as a Category 3 major hurricane. So here's the latest. Winds of 70 miles per hour. It is still at this hour for the 11 o'clock update. Tropical storm Idalia, but that's expected to change quickly overnight. 11 p.m. advisory featuring a slight change in its latitude longitude. Otherwise, north at 8 miles per hour, and the pressure remains the same at 983 millibars. Now that's fairly low pressure to remain a tropical storm, but because of the really warm waters over the Gulf, overall atmospheric pressures are lower, so it doesn't follow the normal rules. Any other year, this would be a hurricane already. But that said, that's all just, semantics. At this point, it's going to be a major deal with big impacts Wednesday morning as it makes a landfall somewhere along the Big Bend, probably close to either Dixie County or Levy County. That said, it could take a southern approach, and that would produce considerably higher impacts to Tampa Bay with water forced up to the bay. Already, they're expecting up to 7 feet of storm surge. We're expecting here for Levy and Dixie counties up to 11 or 12 feet of storm surge for our viewers in Horseshoe Beach and also Cedar Key. The latest computer models agree that this will stay west, but consider that's just the center of circulation. I want to show you what I mean by this. I've plotted the impacts, what I expect to be impacts from the storm despite its western track, red being the worst. That would be widespread power outages and damage. This would be the kind of thing where you have long-term power outages where this major Category 3 hurricane makes landfall early Wednesday morning. Power could be out for several weeks, especially in some of the fishing villages and places where maybe the infrastructure isn't completely modernized. Meanwhile, to the south, from Daytona Beach to Orlando to Palm Bay, scattered power outages with limbs down, wind gusts over 60 miles per hour possible. And it's going to be a long duration kind of a situation where it kicks in late tomorrow night and continues for much of the day on Wednesday. So the takeaway with this map is that even though the storm looks like it'll track far to the west, we're still going to see impacts here across central Florida for basically our entire region. It gets bad Tuesday night and continues into the day Wednesday. Latest satellite loop reveals a storm right off the tip of Cuba, and in the last several hours, a blossoming of thunderstorms, which indicates a certain strengthening. Again, as this enters the Gulf of Mexico and makes its way toward Florida, rapid intensification is anticipated over the next 48 hours as this becomes a major hurricane. More on the models, and we'll talk about our future radar tomorrow as some of those first bands make their way into central Florida.
Introducing Domino's new pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread, loaded with pepperoni. Your favorite